Hi students, welcome to Alphos e-learning chemistry classes for first year. The running chapter is stoichiometry and now we are in session number 8. In previous sessions we discussed about the relation of mole concept or the mole with the gram molecular weight and gram molar volume and the calculations interrelated to this mole, molecular weight, volume and Avogadro number of molecules. With all these we solved some numericals, simple numericals, so as to understand the concept thoroughly. Clear? And now with all these, after learning all these for the last few sessions, what we are learning is nothing but the basic concepts that are required for the study of stoichiometric amounts. That is nothing but for the calculation of stoichiometric equations. Those are known as stoichiometric calculations. As we know, the stoichiometry is nothing but the study of quantitative relation among the reactants and the products in a chemical reaction, and that stoichiometric equation nothing but a balanced equation. The amounts involved are nothing but stoichiometric amounts. How to measure that stoichiometric amounts, how to express those amounts, and what are interrelations with that amounts when it is weight and volume and when it is weight and mole. All these we learn, and each and every term now we are perfect in that concept. I hope that you are thoroughly following my sessions, and thereby you are now getting, because I provided for each and every concept I provided one or two numericals so as to make you conveniently to understand this concept, is it not? And now with that hope we are entering into the major role, that is nothing but the major part of stoichiometry, nothing but it is stoichiometric calculations. Stoichiometric calculations. Now after learning all these concepts which are related to these calculations, we have to apply those relations or those terms which we learned till now into this. And now first of all we should know stoichiometric calculations, where we can do it. And you remember, when we are studying or when we are doing stoichiometric calculations, we can do it only for stoichiometric equations. Stoichiometric equations. What are stoichiometric equations? Already you know. These are nothing but balanced chemical equations. Balanced chemical equations are known as stoichiometric equations, and for that stoichiometric equations we can measure the stoichiometric calculations. Clear? But that is, stoichiometric calculations are nothing but the quantitative relations. And now these stoichiometric calculations or equations are of different kinds. These calculations involve, let me write one by one. The first one is nothing but there may be weight relation. Here weight means, you remember, just the weight and weight of both the two reactants, or the weight and weight of the product, or the weights and the weight of reactants with weight of the products. Like that, any of these two substances that involved in stoichiometric equation, nothing but in balanced equation, if both these two substances, nothing but involved components, quantities are measured in weights, then they are known as weight relation. Clear? There it is, first one, it is weight relation. And then next one is nothing but mole relation. Mole relation. Just here the quantities are measured in terms of moles, that's why it is mole relation. And then the third one is nothing but it is volume relation. Or sometimes it may be, now it may be weight mole relation, sometimes it may be mole volume relation, or sometimes it may be weight volume relation, or simply we can consider this as weight and volume relations. These are different kinds of calculations that involve in stoichiometric calculations. Just both the two components what we are selecting, whether they are reactants or products, immaterial to that, but those two components should present in stoichiometric equation. Stoichiometric equation is nothing but a balanced chemical equation. In that one, any two components relative amounts, when we are considering, it may be that amount may be weight, both are taken in weights, or mole, both are taken in moles, mole relation, 1 mole of X reacts how many moles of Y, like that. And then volume relation, we can consider if both these two reactants and the products when they involved in stoichiometric equation are gases. And you remember already in previous session we discussed when we are discussing about the GMV, that is gram molar volume. Strictly we are following that this gram molar volume is applicable only when the reactants or the products, that is the stoichiometric involving components are gases. That means the GMV volume concept is applicable only for the substances that exist in gaseous state at STP. Is it not? So for such type of gaseous components when involved in stoichiometric equation, we can apply volume relations. And then sometimes one component may be taken, the amount may be expressed in weight, and whereas the other component may be expressed in mole, then it is weight mole relation. And then mole volume relation, one of the component is in mole and the other component which is of the other component for which we are measuring volume, that should be in gaseous state. You remember, this may not be in gaseous state, but when we are considering the volume quantity for any of the component that involved in stoichiometric equation, nothing but balanced equation, that component should be in gaseous state, then only we can consider the volume. And that too, you remember, if you recollect from the previous sessions, this volume and the molar gram molecular weight are related only when we are measuring the volumes of the gases at STP conditions. That means STP is nothing but standard temperature and pressure condition. And what are these standard and pressure and temperature conditions? Just 273 Kelvin is temperature, standard temperature, and 1 atmospheric pressure is standard pressure. And at that conditions, when the component which we are selecting from the stoichiometric equation are in gaseous state, then it is related to volume. Clear? And now weight volume, sometimes instead of mole, weight may be, and when we are considering weight, that substance may be in any of the state, but when it is volume, that component should be in gaseous state. And then mole, weight, volume, that is nothing but we can consider not only two components, we can consider 2, 3 more and more components. One may be in terms of mole, the other one may be in terms of weight, and the other one may be which is gaseous state. You remember, when it is gaseous state, then only we can apply the volume concept. Is it not? So like this, weight, mole, weight, volume relations we can find. These are different kinds of relations that we can come across when we are going through the stoichiometric calculations. And here in this one, for your understanding purpose, for making you thorough with this one, I am going to provide 1 or 2 examples for each type of calculation. Clear? Let me start it. And first let us go for weight relation. When it is weight relation, both the two components are considered only in terms of weights, and when it is weight, we have to altogether, you remember, just let me give that major concept that is related to. First of all, we know that mole is nothing but related to weight. It is nothing but gram molecular weight, and it is related to volume, 22.4 liters of volume at STP in case of gases, and this is equal to 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23 molecules. This is the mole relation. So altogether, whether we are finding the volumes or weights or moles, in stoichiometric equation, first of all, the amounts relation we have to find in terms of moles. First, let me give what we are going to study is first model, that is weight relations. Here, any of the reaction you can take, but it should be in balanced equation. Now let us consider weight relation is nothing but, we know hydrogen and oxygen when react, they provide water. Let us take that simple reaction. Find, this is model 1. Model 1 question. Find the weight of water formed when 6 grams of hydrogen is completely reacting with oxygen. This is the question. Just you observe here what they are asking, the weight of water formed, and they are providing the weight of hydrogen on reacting completely, that this the given weight completely reacts with oxygen. Then how much of weight of water is formed? That is the question. And now how to solve? First we have to write this balanced equation, that is stoichiometric equation for the reaction between hydrogen and oxygen. Clear? Let us try to write it. H2 on reaction with O2 giving H2O. Already I told you in the previous sessions that this equation should be balanced, and for the balancing purpose we should not use any subscript, because when we are using any subscript, say for example 2 oxygen atoms on the reactant side, and to balance this if we are writing H2O2, H2O2 is a different compound, because when the number of atoms in a molecule from the same element is differed, automatically the compound is different. Clear? But what they are asking, it is water. Water formula is H2O. But we have to balance oxygen. Then how to do it? The one and only option is nothing but using coefficients. Is it not? And now let us use that coefficient. Oxygen 2 atoms, here 1 atom, to make it 2, we are multiplying this total molecules with 2. Clear? And now when oxygen is balanced, now we are, hydrogen is not balanced. Oxygen balanced, but hydrogen is not getting balanced. And to balance this hydrogen, we should not make this 2 4. Instead of that, what we have to do? Just we have to use the coefficient 2. Clear? And this is balanced equation. We should know this. From the given components, we should know the reaction. And to balance this, after balancing, we have to find the relation, molar relation. First let us consider 2. From this, the coefficient itself is nothing but number of moles. And you remember, when there is no number as coefficient, it is by default 1. You remember, it is not 0. Are you clear with this? It is 1. So 2 moles of hydrogen reacts with 1 mole of oxygen to give how many moles of water? It is coefficient 2, and hence 2 moles of water. This is what we learned from balanced chemical equation, nothing but stoichiometric equation. This is the method. Even though, because you are learning, you are in starting part, that's why I am giving it in a slow manner. But once you are thorough with this concept, you can solve it in a simple manner. By speed manner, you can solve them. Clear? And now, when it is found that 2 moles, what is 2 moles is 1 mole is equal to 1 molecular weight. Is it not? And now, 2 into molecular weight of hydrogen is 2.016, but by default it is gram molecular weight taken as 2. That is nothing but 4 grams, because now they are asking for weight terms. That's why in weight, when we convert these moles into weight, it is 4 grams, and they are not giving any relation with this oxygen. Just for balancing purpose we are taking this by stoichiometric equation, 1 more oxygen required, but the question is not related to oxygen. Here they are asking the weight of water formed with this weight of hydrogen when completely reacts with oxygen. So oxygen quantity they are not mentioning in this problem, and that's why we need not worry about that. The only relation what we have to find is 4 grams of hydrogen is forming how many moles of water? 2 moles. 2 moles means 2 into each mole is 1 gram molecular weight. What is gram molecular weight of water? We know it is nothing but H2O. Already we know in previous sessions we learned gram molecular weight or molecular weight of any compound is nothing but, in a simple manner, it is the sum of atomic weights of all the atoms present in the molecule. Here hydrogen atomic weight 1 into 2 plus oxygen atomic weight 16, so it is 18. Gram molecular weight of H2O is 18. Here 2 moles formed, so 2 into 18, that is nothing but 36 grams of water formed. Just you observe, when 4 grams of hydrogen is giving 36 grams of water, how we know? From stoichiometric equation. Till this we have to find the relation. Based on this equation we have to find the moles, and from that moles whatever the quantity they are asking, here the quantity is in terms of weight, so we are converting that moles into weights. That's why here after converting 4 grams of hydrogen on complete reaction with oxygen, whatever the quantity required it will take, after complete reaction with oxygen will give 36 grams of water. And now what is the question they are giving? When 6 grams hydrogen completely reacts, what is the weight of water? Is it not? And now with this relation we know that 4 grams H2 give 36 grams H2O. Then 6 grams H2 gives how many grams of water? This is the question. And with this relation, stoichiometric relation, we find this. And the question is like this. Now what to do? It is nothing but 36 by 4 into 6. Is it not? And now it is 3, 2 times 18. It is nothing but 54 grams of water will form. Simple relation. Just we have to find the mole relation for stoichiometric equation. And you remember, stoichiometric equation is nothing but balanced equation. And after writing the balanced equation, we have to find mole-mole relation. First of all, you have to find the mole-mole relation, because once we know the mole, then whatever the quantity they are expressing into the term we can convert with this relation. 1 mole in terms of weight, gram molecular weight, in terms of volume at STP 22.4, in terms of molecule it is Avogadro number. Like that we can convert later on. First, from this stoichiometric equation you have to find the mole relation, and here we are finding these two, and after that why we convert into grams? Because the question is related to weight relations. Clear? That is about the weight relation calculation. I think with this example you are now able to answer such type of questions. Clear? And here and there you collect that questions and that type of questions and try to solve. Or on your own you can prepare it. Say for example, nitrogen on reaction with hydrogen, you know from your lower classes, it is giving ammonia. So when nitrogen on reaction with hydrogen giving ammonia, if some x grams of hydrogen reacts, how many grams of ammonia will form? Like that you can also frame your own questions also, and you can solve. Clear? And now let me go for this next relation, that is nothing but mole-mole relation. Mole-mole relation when they are reacting. Here first let us consider the mole relation simply among the reactant, not only for the products, we can also consider in mole relation for reactant also. This is second one is mole relations. And now the question is, find the number of moles of nitrogen that can completely react with 0.75 moles of hydrogen, and find the number of moles of ammonia that can form. This is the question. Here we have to find two terms. One is nothing but we have to find the number of moles of nitrogen that required for complete reaction with 0.75 moles of hydrogen. And not only this one, the second what we have to find is nothing but when these two react, how many moles of ammonia will form in the reaction. That is the question. And for that purpose, what we have to do first of all we have to consider, that is we have to write the stoichiometric equation. Now let us try to write it. Nitrogen on reaction with hydrogen give ammonia. Is it not? And here to balance the equation, first of all we have to balance nitrogen 2, but here only 1, and thereby we have to multiply this with 2, balance. But now hydrogens are 6, here only 2. How to balance? By writing 3. This is stoichiometric equation for the given problem. And from this we know that 1 mole is reacting with 3 moles of hydrogen and giving 2 moles of ammonia. This is from stoichiometric relation what we learn. Clear? For every problem whatever they are asking related to stoichiometric calculations, first of all we have to write the balanced equation, and then we have to find the mole relations like this. Clear? And now from this we know when 1 mole, already the given calculations are also related to moles. So when 1 mole reacts with 3 moles, and that is nothing but 3 moles require 1 mole. Now the data is nothing but what they are providing the data. When 1 mole nitrogen reacts with 3 moles hydrogen to give 2 moles ammonia. Is it not? And now they are providing this data. It is 0.75 moles of hydrogen require how many moles of nitrogen and gives how many moles of ammonia. That is the question. And now let us solve that one. How to solve this? Simply we have to find the relation, mole relation between nitrogen and hydrogen. And 3 moles of hydrogen when require 1 mole of nitrogen, then 0.75 moles of hydrogen requires how many moles? 3 moles H2 required 1 mole nitrogen, and then 0.75 moles require how many? Is it not? And now let us consider 1 by 3 into 0.75. It is nothing but 0.25 moles. Just because they are reacting 3:1 ratio. It is 0.75 and hence it is 0.25. Simply. and we can measure it like this. 1 mole, 3 moles require 1 mole, then 0.75 requires how much? It is nothing but 0.25 moles of nitrogen is required. And then the next question is related to how many moles of ammonia will form, is it not? And now let us consider, from this we know 3 moles hydrogen gives 2 moles ammonia, then 0.75 moles hydrogen gives how much? Again it is nothing but 2 by 3 into 0.75, 0.25 into 2, that is nothing but 0.5 moles of ammonia will form. Like that, when they are giving the moles relation for any of the components involved, just you have to find the relation, mole-mole relation from stoichiometric equation. And after finding the mole-mole relation from stoichiometric relation, you can find the required data. Clear? That is about second model. And now the third one is volume-volume relation. Volume-volume relation. And here let us consider how to find this. Volume-volume relation also finding the same when it is of giving, say for example, that is volume-volume relation. Third one, it is volume relation, but here the prime condition is nothing but the reactants and the products for which we are considering the volume should be in gaseous state. So here let us consider that find the number of CO, find the number of CO gas in liters to react completely with 5.6 liters of O2, and also find the volume of CO2 formed at STP. Here the question is framed for volume relations. What they are asking, they are giving CO2 volume. Just you observe, all these volumes are at STP. Unless otherwise they are giving the temperatures and pressures at other than STP, you have to consider by default as STP conditions. So at this STP condition, 5.6 liters oxygen is there, and they are asking how to complete react with this oxygen, how many liters of CO2 is formed, CO is required, and then how many liters of CO2 is formed. That is the question. Clear? And for that purpose, first of all, what we have to do, we have to write the stoichiometric equation, nothing but balanced equation. Let us try to write it. CO, carbon monoxide, on reaction with O2 gives CO2. Here total oxygens are, here total, that is one carbon, oxygens are 3, but here in a logical manner you have to balance the equation. When oxygens are 3, this oxygen already present, this oxygen is missing, is it not? So we have to consider this, to balance this oxygen we have to take the stoichiometric equation only, that is coefficient. We should not make it CO3, and thereby we are using this. But when to consider this oxygen with 2, automatically carbons are also 2, that's why it is 2. So 2 moles of CO on reaction with 1 mole of oxygen gives 2 moles of CO2. This is balanced equation. Now it is balanced, you can observe that. And in coming sessions we are going to learn about the balancing equations also. You need not worry about that. For convenience sake I am giving simple equations, you can follow this. Clear? And now from this we know that 2 moles. First of all, we have to find the relation with 1 mole of oxygen giving 2 moles of CO2. This is the relation. And now here what they are asking in the question is volume relations. So we have to convert these moles into volume. From this we know 2 into what is molar volume at STP? 22.4 liters. So 2 into 22.4 liters of CO can react with 1 into 22.4 liters of oxygen, is not, and it is giving 2 into 22.4 liters of CO2. 2 into 22.4 liters of CO2. This is the relation. And now what they are asking, this is given. That means when 22.4 liters oxygen requires 2 into 22.4, nothing but simply we can write it is nothing but 44.8 liters of CO2. 22.4 liters of oxygen can react with 44.8 liters of CO. It is from stoichiometric equation. Then if this is given as 5.6 liters, 5.6 liters require how much of CO? That is the first data what they are asking. And now let us calculate. It is 44.8 by 22.4 into 5.6. It is nothing but 2 times. It is 11.2 liters of CO is required. So the number of liters is 11.2 liters. From this equation we know 22.4 liters require 44.8 liters. Then 5.6 requires how much? We calculate and we are getting the number of liters is 11.2. And one more question is find the volume of CO2 formed at STP also. And here let us consider. And from this relation we know that 22.4 liters of oxygen when completely reacts with CO, how many moles of CO2 is formed or how many liters of CO2 is formed just from stoichiometric equation. You observe it is 22.4 liters will give 2 into 22.4 liters, that is 22.4 liters O2 on reaction with CO will give 44.8 liters CO2, and then 5.6 liters O2 gives how much? Again it is nothing but 44.8 by 22.4 into 5.6, 2 times 11.2 liters of CO2. It is nothing but just from mole-mole relation we are converting into gram-molar volume relation, that is volume relation, and there we find that 1 mole, that is 22.4 liters of oxygen can react with 44.8 liters of CO from stoichiometric equation, and thereby the given volume 5.6 reacts with how much? And similarly 22.4 liters of oxygen when provides 44.8 liters of CO2 on reaction with CO gives on reaction with CO. Now 5.6 liters of this oxygen will give how much of CO2? With this one we are getting like this. Clear? This is volume relation. And now let us enter into weight mole relation or mole weight relation. Just it is one is till now what we are considering is both the 2 components or 3 components whatever they are giving, all these are the amounts are measured in the same unit, that is nothing but either in volume or in mole or in weight, like that. But here just slightly the concept is changed, that is nothing but weight mole relation. Weight mole relation, that is one of the component weights are given and the other component or the product they are asking in moles. Just it is. Now let us write model number 4 as find the weight of weight of water formed when 2.5 moles of oxygen reacts completely with hydrogen. This is the question. Just what they are asking is, find the weight of H2O formed. H2O is asked in weights, but the data given is oxygen moles. Just you observe, this is mole and this is weight. That's why weight mole relation. And for this purpose, again what we have to do is nothing but first we have to write the balanced equation. Let us write. Already we know H2 on reaction with O2 giving H2O. Here to balance oxygen 2 and to balance hydrogen 2. And with this we know that this is 2 moles and it is 1 mole and it is 2 moles. This is from stoichiometric equation what we learned and what we can write. And now after writing this, now we have to find this given data into this, and where from this oxygen moles are given. So this relation we require, but oxygen is in moles and this water is in weight. That's why 2 into what is molecular weight? 1 mole is nothing but gram molecular weight. It is nothing but 18. It is 1 mole gives 2 into 18, that is 36 grams of H2. This is what we require. This is the relation. First we are writing balanced equation and then we are finding the molar relation and then we are finding the relation in the given data with respect to the given data. Oxygen is given in moles, so 1 mole. Moles are directly taken, and but water is not asked in moles, just it is asked in weight. That's why the mole is now converted to weight. With all this what we learned, 1 mole O2 give 36 grams of H2O. Simple, from stoichiometric relation, is it not? And now then it is given as 2.5 moles of O2 gives how much grams of H2O. And I think now you are able to solve this question. It is nothing but 36 by 1 into 2.5. It is nothing but 72 plus 90 grams of H2O. Is it not? So when 1 mole is giving this 36 grams H2O, 2.5 moles giving how much? Then we are getting this answer. Like that, one may be given in moles, the other one may be asked in weights. And now the next relation is mole volume relation. Now let us go for the next model. That is nothing but if one of the component is given in moles and the other one is given in volume, then how to find it? Just it is like this. Fifth one is mole volume relation, and it is now asked, find the volume of CO2 formed at STP when 2 moles of CaCO3 completely decomposed. This is the question. Here they are providing the moles of CaCO3 and they are asking for volume of CO2 formed. That means mole volume relation. Is it not? And now let us try to solve this question. How to solve this? First we have to write balanced equation. Let us write it. CaCO3 gives, on heating gives, it is solid, gives CaO plus CO2. If you observe, it is already balanced. One calcium, calcium, oxygen, oxygen, and remaining carbon CO2. Clear? And now with this 1 mole gives 1 mole, because they are asking the relation only among these two, and it is given in moles. 1 mole gives, this is asked in volume. So what is 1 mole volume? It is nothing but 1 into 22.4 liters. This is what we can get the data from stoichiometric equation as per the given information. And now when 1 mole CaCO3 gives 22.4 liters CO2, 2 moles CaCO3 gives how much? I think now you can solve it. 22.4 by 1 into 2, that is 44.8 liters of CO2 we can get at STP. That is about mole volume relation. Clear? In the coming session, the remaining models, that is nothing but weight volume model and weight volume mole relation, all these calculations we can do in the next session. Okay, till now I hope that you are following with that one. With the best example, I am trying to make you to understand the concept thoroughly, because to solve the next level numericals we should be thorough with that one. We should not get any confusion in these conversions. That's why I am asking you to solve some more and more numericals. Okay, bye.